Feudal Japan Part 2 of 2 in Forge of Empires. In Part 1 I showed the start of the Feudal Japanese Settlement. With the completion of Quest 6, the merchant was activated, and that was an accelerator for the further development of the Japanese settlement. I use all 3 negotiations every single day. This time I received instruments and paintings. The type of cultural goods offered by the merchant seems to be random. You should not depend too much on receiving the last required good from the merchant, but these goods help a lot. You can buy expansion cheap using goods that you still cannot produce. This then accelerates your development significantly. When I started the settlement, I was afraid that I could not finish it in the given time limit. The further I proceed, the more I am sure that the development of this settlement is even more simple and faster than a Viking settlement. By the way, the merchant has fixed 24 hours time intervals which do not change even if you negotiate later in that time frame. You should only take care that you don't miss it, as every single day counts. On the 3rd day, the merchant offered 3 times armor only. I used that armor to buy an expansion and used it to build an armorer. This completed the 2nd milestone. As with the Vikings before, the quests correlate with the release of new buildings. I always give priority to the release of new buildings and complete quests when they are ready anyway, or when it is not much effort to complete these. Do not get confused if there are still many open quests. As soon as you have collected all required goods, the quests can be completed very fast. The most important thing is to negotiate every day. This will enable you to buy expansions earlier and cheaper. As a result, you need to produce less cultural goods, have less production buildings, and reduce your space requirements significantly. I think that my 12 fields are already above the best solution. I think 1 or 2 expansions less would have given at least the same result, if not better. But the risk with only a very little number of expansions is that you will depend more on luck to receive the required cultural goods from the merchant. Difficult to make plans based on luck. The remaining part does not contain surprises. Simply produce the required number of cultural goods, destroy the related building, and use the space for the next building. If you demolish it before having enough of that cultural good, hoping to receive the remaining goods from the merchant, you could end up with the need to build the building again. On the other side, the merchant can offer plenty of a good that you already have completed. The merchant is a huge advantage, but it makes you depending on some luck. To analyze this and develop a better strategy for the fastest solution, I still need some more Feudal Japan settlements to collect more experience. The second random effect we already know from the Vikings, the changing number of required cultural goods. Only the total number is fixed, but how it is split into the 4 different cultural goods changes with every new settlement. And these 2 random effects are absolutely independent from each other. Example given, requiring more armor does not necessarily mean that the merchant offers more armor. It is even possible that the merchant doesn't offer any armor several days in a row. This will cause changes in the required time of each settlement. In my case, the armorer could be destroyed first. This created the required space for the instruments workshop. The now following procedure we already know from the Vikings. Remove enough street tiles and build the one-tile diplomacy building. For the Japanese settlement, this is a Toro. They have exactly the same short 1-minute construction time as the Vikings' runestones. This brings the required diplomacy. After using that effect, we can demolish the Toros as we need streets to connect our buildings to the embassy. In the end, things happen very fast. The final quest requires us to collect 10 of each cultural good. It is good to know that goods received from the merchant count as well as those from production buildings. This allows to complete the quest very fast. As expected, I received the Shinto temple on level 1. It provides a lot of coins every day and, if motivated, 5 goods of the building's era, 2 forge points and a fair amount of supplies. With upgrades, these values will even be improved significantly. Surprising to me was the fact that already the first completion of the Japanese settlement within the given deadline provides enough fragments to build the timeless dojo immediately. More Japanese settlements will also allow you to upgrade this. Seeing both buildings on level 1 next to each other, they might look a bit inconspicuous, but they are already supporting my city very well. I think the developers again had great ideas. Let's go to Japan. Let us start a feudal settlement there.